Hello, everyone. I'm joining you from the Middle East, and I have a bit of a head cold, so my apologies for my voice. I'm also going to go off camera to preserve bandwidth because I'm coming to you from Riyadh. So I'm part of Accenture's Industry X group. We work on urban intelligence and everything from smart cities to Industry 4.0. In the brief time that we have today, I just want to touch on what does the future of urban intelligence look like, especially for smart cities? Just bear with me here, thanks. So, we have this paradigm that we've been working with for many, many years, thinking of things typically siloed. We've added a holistic view. However, we really need to move to a systemic view and really start to see our cities as organic entities. That's really what they are. They are complex systems of systems. Someone that I'm a huge fan of is Buckminster Fuller. For those of you that don't know who Bucky Fuller is, I'd highly recommend any of his work. He made a really remarkable quote many years ago, essentially making the comparison of a city to an organic whole, and that's really what it is. So what does this mean? And what does this mean for the future of urban intelligence in our cities? How can we navigate the future with a slightly different paradigm that maybe will result in something that's more rewarding for our stakeholders, that allows us to take into account the extreme complexity of a city? Well, first, I want to put things into context in the brief time that I have. If we go back and we think about where we've come from as a species, we've gone from hunting societies to very smart societies. We've gone from the horse and the carriage, physical labor, to cyber physical systems. We've gone from read only on the web to read, write, and execute. So we're going through this age of eras at an increasing pace of advancement. We've seen massive computing trends. Where are we now? AR, VR, extended reality, in the physical realm, IoT and robotics, distributed computing, so distributed ledger technology, cognitive computing, AI and ML. And these computing trends are driving where our cities are going. We're seeing a massive evolution in interfaces as we go from desktop, or as we've come from desktop to IoT as the interface, logic-wise, programs through websites, apps to AI, data from databases, servers, cloud, and edge. This evolution represents what we see as a 15-year shift. So every 15 years, technology takes a major jump, and it never stops. Software as well. Where are we going? And I want you to note in the middle, the operating system with some big question marks. So understanding that we are looking at a convergence of technologies, whether it's 3D, 5G, IoT, all of these culminate in the need to understand where we are. It's direction finding, it's pulling out the compass and understanding what this grouping of technologies, this organic grouping of converged technologies means for our cities, because it's very much going to define the path of the future. For example, if you think about, say, the human heart, if we look at it from an exterior view for the individual, that human heart may be something that is represented in a digital twin. From a Web 3.0 perspective, it may be that you have rights over it. From a societal perspective, it's that it feeds into the collective intelligence of the society. And then from an industry 4.0 perspective, your digital twin of your human heart is now available to your doctor. So it's this convergence of technologies that we're seeing spread across multiple aspects of our cities that is in large part defining what the next 20 years are going to be. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's going to be an amazing ride. However, regardless of the technology, regardless of the whiz bangs, regardless of the ICT vendors, we have to keep the stakeholders. We have to keep people at the heart of the city. So what I come back to help me navigate my clients' needs is to always put people first. And I love this quote. This is by Jan Gale. First life, then spaces, then buildings. The other way around never works. So understanding that we see a convergence, not unlike a genesis of life around these technologies that more or less are able to talk to each other. They're starting to find a common operating system, and I believe that operating system must be at the city level. I come back to this idea of biomimetic design, and that's that in the realm of city design and operations, it's nature's mastery that really steers us to rethink and innovate, adapting to the complexities with transformative strategies. So every city, and here's a great quote, every city is always a living thing, changing, evolving, and growing in response to the changing needs and desires of its inhabitants. So what does this mean for us? It means for a cognitive city, as we evolve from smart to intelligent to cognitive, to achieve harmony and resilience, it needs to function in a very similar way to the human body. It needs to be integrated and agile. So I would just invite you to consider a slightly different paradigm, a paradigm that puts the stakeholder, the citizens, the people at the center of your city, with a view towards an evolving digital organism, a super intelligence that we have not seen before in the history of our species. As we see our systems become smarter, as we see our IoT devices become smarter, as we see modes of transportation that for many years we took as primarily very basic and functional, regardless of the technological advancement, become autonomous and very quickly contextually aware. We are seeing the merge of contextually aware systems powered by artificial intelligence that is evolving far beyond large language models in the realm of active inference, where it will know you, know your needs, know how to best protect you, know how to best economize your time, working in concert with its population, not unlike the red blood cells, the white blood cells, the lymphatic system, the nervous system, the circulatory system, and start to consider this as a way to navigate the future for your cities. In other words, it's not just about implementing smart parking. It's about understanding that smart parking is an essential system linked to every other system, and taking a very organic approach to the vision of your city 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Because like any living organism, it will either grow and evolve, or it will atrophy and die. And we've seen this. We're seeing this globally. We don't have a lot of time together here today, but I encourage you to look at the roles of your city. Leverage technology, but ensure that it's meeting the overall vision. No knee-jerk reactions. Take it from the stance of stewarding the growth of a larger organic whole. Think about systems integration. Make sure that no matter what system you potentially decide to put in, that system itself is well thought out and how it will integrate with its other systems, because that's where intelligence emerges from. A smart parking system, multimodal transportation, these things don't make a city smart. What makes a city smart is the emergent intelligence from connecting those systems to the needs of the stakeholders and making sure that it's a cohesive and intelligent organism. And as we get to the end, without getting too far into the analogies and the metaphors, we still need frameworks to be able to understand the organic paradigm. As a consultant, we live and work in frameworks. However, that doesn't mean that it can't be guided by a vision that more accurately represents what a city actually is. So think about your senses and your central nervous system for the city. What is your ITOT spine? Whether it's BIM, that really is a process that cascades from development, design to the operation of the city, and fuel something like an organizational digital twin, a discrete digital twin, a construction digital twin, or an urban digital twin. Think about your city's central nervous system. Think about the resilience of it and what's been built to fuel the vision. Then think about what you would like to layer on top of it in terms of digital projects or operations, smart city systems, smart city platforms, but always make sure that you're coming back to the stakeholder and that whatever is done fuels the growth of the city as an organism, but also its constituent parts. And that's people. It's supporting the environment, stewarding it. In the end, this is about our species and ensuring that we responsibly steward our transition into the next stage for our species. And that, my friends, is all that I have time for today. But I would like to thank you